Hello, hello. Love this song? Same. Mr. Fear. I've been listening to, like, a whole bunch of new bands recently. And, that's like Siamese is this band's name. Yeah, Siamese. I love this artist. They have so many good songs. Among others, I have a whole bunch of new people I've been listening to in this track. Among other the normal ones I listen to. But hello. Let me catch up with the chat. I was pulling up my references. Let me get started. Twitch nuked the permafrost VODs? Yeah. I love Twitch. Me when the day off has a mango stream. On God, bro. I'm on an ad. I don't even know why it has that. I mean, I have my ads off. I don't even make a cent off that shit, and they still make ads. Which kind of makes me think I should put on ads anyways. I have them off because I don't want to put y'all through that, but I mean, if it's putting y'all through ads anyways, I might as well make money off of it. Because, I mean, I don't make a cent off of the ads that they put without my permission. Do you guys know why Twitch does this? No idea. Yeah, no. We love money, yeah. Twitch is the platform ever. On God, bro. But yeah, like, as far as the ads go, Twitch just does that, like, by base, and you can add more ads, and the extra ads that you do are the ones you make money off of. So, I don't even know if I want to put on more ads, because, I mean, I don't want to make it even more ads for y'all. Because I personally, I like watching streams, but I hate having to sit through ads, which is why I usually never watch a stream. Because I don't have disposable money to spend. Oh yeah, let me also change the gameplay. Hello. We are working on a practice sprite, non-official sprite of Xeroc. Because I'm trying to get better at spriting. I started working on this like a month ago, and I completely forgot about him because I got so dragged into permafrost. But now that he's done, I have recalled that this guy was in the works. He used to look a lot different, let's just say. This shit goes hard, thanks. He used to look a little bit more goofy. Let's just say. He used to look a little bit more on the goofy side. I think he's had a bit of an improvement. Schlog looks like he's about to levitate upwards because of how his feet are positioned. He's like, he's ascending into the heavens. He's ascending to his godhood. Maybe that'll be the sprite. If I animate this, I'll animate his ascension. I wanna do a sprite of his ascended form as well, but of course I wouldn't be able to show that one publicly for obvious reasons. Whoa, crab be upon you. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't been able to stream the past week or so. And that's the funny thing. I haven't even been not streaming for that long. It's been like a week or two at most. And it's just the way that Twitch works is that they wipe out any VODs you have if you're not, like, I think a partner, like, in like 7 days. And if you are a partner, it's like a little bit longer. Like, it's stop spamming. No spam. No spam, please. No spam, please. I don't want to set a bad precedent. Because if I let one person spam in chat, then it's just gonna become a unreadable chat. Xeroc eats a dragon for lunch. Accidentally causes Century's long war to start? Exactly. As you do. You know, you have to. Just how it works, bruh. Oh, I like this one. But yeah, I haven't been able to stream these past, like, week or so. And Twitch makes it seem like I haven't been active for months or something, you know, because I don't have anything on my dashboard. You know, I don't have any VODs. But that's just because the wonderful site that is Twitch makes it to where your VODs go away really quickly. So, like, to someone who doesn't watch me often would think, oh, I wonder when the last time he streamed was. It's like, oh, he's not a usual streamer. I'm like, yes, I am. You just don't know it because of Twitch. I swear. I'm a good streamer. I swear. Right now, I'm, adding in the base parts of him. Like, I have some shading on him, but it's mostly just for shaping, you know. This is in no ways polished. The only thing that is closely polished is his face. And not much. Twitch stinky. I wanted to go back. I wanted to watch back the Permafrost streams. Same, bro. Like, there's so many things. Like, there's a bunch of shit posts that I forgot to take screenshots of with my Permafrost. Like, I turned him into Goku at one point. But, like, I don't have access to that anymore, of course. Found a way to watch your streams on time, and that's due to me using ping cord to notify me. Yeah. I feel like that's the best way to be on time with a stream, is to have it to where, you know when it's happening. I mean, I try to be pretty reliable whenever I am able to with my streaming times, so that someone doesn't have to, like, be like, okay, let me get this ping thing set up. How you doing? I'm doing good. How about you? Oh yeah, I forgot to ask y'all. How are y'all doing? How y'all doing this week? I completely forgot to ask. I've been doing decent. I start my first day of my new job in this Friday. So I will not be able to stream Friday. Probably not Saturday or Sunday either, because I work on those as well. I don't know the rest of my schedule, which sucks. Going to make art soon? Good. Good to hear. But yeah, like, I have no idea about my schedule past this Sunday when it comes to work. But, I at least know I'll be able to stream, for the most part. I mean, there's always things that pop up. Like, I might hang out with my friend soon before I start work. So, on things like that. Or, like, I'm going to eat with my grandparents, like, this Wednesday. So I'll still be able to stream on Wednesday. It's just I'll have to end early because we're leaving to get there at like 5 my time, and I start stream at 2. So at most that stream will be 3 hours long, but probably it'll be shorter than that because I mean we have to get there. It's not like we're leaving at 5. 5 is when we're planning on getting there. Hey Hexagon, evening. Welcome back, Streamer Man. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be back, even if it's not for the longest period of time. I do wish that I was able to stream, like, more reliably, but life happens, you know? It is what it is. You do what you can what you do. Yeah. Understandable, yeah. I'm working on a Happy Days lore project at the moment. Nice to have this playing. Nice. Are you talking about Happy Days, the YouTuber? I haven't watched much of his content, but I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I can't hear the music myself that much, so I'm gonna turn it up on my own personal computer. It's not gonna affect y'all's hearing, but if y'all want me to turn the music up, I can. I don't know if it's too loud or too quiet for y'all. I'm on the Dante series. Oh, okay. Yeah, the YouTuber? Okay, I thought so. I didn't want to assume, though. You can run, but you cannot. I don't know why the saying in, like, a lot of horror stories or whatnot is, you can run, but you can't hide, or something like that. That just doesn't sound that intimidating to me. Like, if you're saying I can run, like, isn't that the better thing? Like, I can outrun you, but, like, saying you can hide but you can't run is like, oh, you're stuck in the same space and you can't get away. So it's like, I just feel like that's more in line of what it should be. I'm just saying that because the song said that. Because it's about some dudes running from a wolf or something. They added more Dokuro tracks into the mod, yeah. To me, it's just super funny how Eulogy for the ego plays after playing Dog. Yeah, Dog gets a funeral song. Indeed he does. Rest in peace. I have to be careful with how I place his hair, because it kind of, like, makes him look sad or smug. when that's not the case at all. Like if I go like, how did I have it a second ago? Like if I have him kind of like this, it kind of just makes him look smug. Why is the tag femboy? Cause I'm a femboy. So I put it there, cause I am a femboy. Plus it gets traction. Funnily enough, it's the tag out of all of mine that gets the most interactions. Like I'll check out the analytics after stream, and it says that that's the one that gets the most like impressions and like click through. Funnily enough, not the calamity, not the art, femboy tag. I know, I'm not complaining though. I mean, if I wasn't a femboy, of course I wouldn't be using it, but it just works out. All worm bosses are dear to me, but I also bully the hell out of dog, manipulative little fuck. Yeah, dog is a dog. He needs to be taught lessons. He's been too free range for too long. I'm trying to decide how I want to do his hair. Want to pet the aquatic scourge? Prepare to get your fingers burned off. Log is going to have no fingerprints. What if we gave Dog King DDD's voice from Kirby right back at ya? Oh my god. Something Twitch viewers when femboy immediate watch, yeah. Indeed. And that's the funny thing, I don't see many, like, femboy streamers in my feed. Like, there's definitely some, but I mean, it doesn't seem that much. Pet Thanatos if Draydon lets me. Thanatos, he at least wouldn't be dangerous to pet itself. Like, even if the Aquatic Scourge was nice and willing to let you pet him, he's still gonna burn you because his skin is covered in, like, acidic lesions. You know, he's absorbed acid into his body. But Thanatos, at least, even if he doesn't want you to pet him, you know, if you manage to pet him without him knowing, he at least won't singe your fingers off without him meaning to, you know. He only does that if he wants to singe your fingers off. Now the Aquatic Scourge, on the other hand, say goodbye to your fingers. That depends. No, yeah, I'm saying that, like, normally, like, by default, he's a hunk of metal. You touch the metal, it's just a piece of metal. Now, it's different if he's, like, charging up an attack or something, and, like, you touch the metal that's, like, close to the heat source. Like, of course it's gonna burn you. But, like, with the Aquatic Scourge, no matter what, you know, he's covered in acid. So, I mean, it's gonna burn you. Welcome back! And spikes, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, if you're just petting him, you wouldn't, like, the only way the spike is gonna hurt you is if you, like, slam your hand into it or something like that, or run into it. Just touching a spike isn't gonna hurt you. Like, you can easily pet a cactus, for instance. I've done it, like, before, where you just, like, softly feel the spines. Even though those things are super sharp, like, there's a way to touch them without it, like, pricking you, you know? And same with, like, spikes on a giant metal worm. I'll just power through the pain of petting the Aquatic Scourge, just like I power through the pain of eating hot food. I can't do that. Metal Worms challenge, yeah. I suck at hot food consumption. Let's just say I have no spice tolerance. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do his hair. Because this just makes him look weird. Irish. Because, I mean, like, I have his OG body here as well. But, like, what I did for, I guess, his, like, I just scaled down the pixel. Like, the original art into pixels. But remember when Profane Guardians look like chicken balls? Yeah, I remember that. He looks like Xeroc. Because he is Xeroc. I'm doing a practice sprite of Xeroc. We gotta get that Xeroc in. Oh, also, I moved. I am now in a different house. That happened yesterday. Completely forgot to mention that. I am in a new location. I remember a lot of the old sprites. I've been a fan of Calamity since 2017. No, yeah, I've also been. Like, I remember I was, like, playing the game before they had their first, like, major overhaul, I guess, of the sprite works. So, like, the Nidrion was still, like, blue. Like, the Nidrion hadn't been made into its current sprite yet. Dwayne the Xeroc Johnson. Exactly. He looks like Xeroc. Emoji and Cowmane. Oh. I see. Indeed he does. He just has to. Ma'am, yeah, let me mute first. Hello, I'm back. Is the first fan art of the new design? I did not know that. Maybe I'll draw his hair instead of thinking that from a Pixar perspective. Looks like Blasphemous Boss. Yes. I love it. Thank you. Made it... I only remember the old sprites from Dokuro's tracks because I started Calamity just a little over a year ago. Ah. Made it actually minutes after it was originally posted. Huh. I did not know that. Let me see if I can... I can probably go ahead and flatten this. Control E. Shit. Because I want to turn the opacity down on this. While I work on this. Turn the staff off for now. Right now I'm whispering. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to do the hair. Because this is the first time I've sprited hair. Let me just look at other hair sprites to see what they do. It's a phase, Zeratos. This is who I am. Emo Xeroc, yeah. Indeed it is. Got a problem with that? 5. Hello. We love Emo Xeroc here. Please stop it. Why? Just work. Xeroc is cottagecore goth confirmed. Yes. He's a goth boy. I feel like this part doesn't need to be extended out as much. Right now, I'm just trying to work out a general shape, and I'll worry about pixel-precise cleanliness later. I always want the base sprite to be good first, before worrying about little intricacies. Let me turn his bodies opacity back up. Wrong freaking there. Here I was wondering why it was acting weird. Xeroc is actually a pastel goth. What are those perforators' themes speaking? I don't know. Hydrate? I shall hydrate. I'm not sure. This is called the cat's dining table. That's the song playing. Cat's dining table. $400 of my points went bye-bye. I drank my water. Thank you, but yes, 400 of points did go bye-bye. It's a good sacrifice for hydration, though. What if every time you had to drink water, you had to spend points? I mean, I guess technically you do. Because, I mean, water bills exist, and if we're comparing points to currencies, every time you take a drink of water, you are pretty much... Huh? Do what? Yeah. BRB, leave it. Hello, I'm back. We're figuring it out. Getting that place somewhere. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how to sprite here. I have never done this before. I have not sprited a human ever, so I'm figuring this all out as I go. Epic rendering. Thank you. At least as epic as I'm able to make it. It's not as epic as compared to more experienced artists with the pixels, but is as epic of a rendering as I can make her. Oh wait, let me pull up the official one. I think I want to have him like this. Starting to look a little better.
They say my hunger's a problem. They tell me to cut my appetite. They say I can keep myself from trying a bite of every page inside. They wish your patience a virtue. They tell me gluttony's a sin. But my desire is bottomless. I wanna slit your throat and eat till I get sick. The slaughters on, I'd love to see you come undone and satisfied until I've got you flayed alive. So grab a plate, have a taste, check a weight on what's wait. I'm still preying on the butcher's vein.
I feel like the back is one of the issues.
Perfectly portioned by a dagger, serving the finest leftover dessert. Why would I desecrate a carcass? Oh, why let the offal go to waste? It's love that cosmically grow with such tenderness. A perfect strike, you fix the horror on your face. The slaughter's mine, no blood and viscera divine. Preserved in prime, makes my soul divine up through thine
guess, you know? Like, if someone were asking for tips on, like, for your instance, eyes and faces, I would give different tips as far as pixel art than with, like, traditional 2D drawing. Or same situation with, like 3D. Like, I do 3D sculpting with clay and whatnot. So if I were to give someone advice on that, you know, I wouldn't tell them, okay, first you draw the... Because you're not drawing when it comes to sculpting. At least not most of the time. Like, you can, like, take a slab of clay or whatever and, like, sketch some lines on it to get a rough idea. But, you know. 2D drawings, not pixel art, nor sculpting, okay. I guess I could do a little demo. But, the easiest method, like, there's methods to learning it. But, like, the main one is, you know, you start with a circle, and then you kind of, like, divvy it up to where, like, halfway through the circle is where your eye line would be, and then you add the jaw underneath, and that's the main way that you would draw a head shape, but that's only from a forward-facing view. When it comes to doing a side-facing, and this is just in a generic, like, normal, realistic-ish style, I guess, like in my style. Like, with different styles, it's a little bit different, but it uses the same principles of start with a circle and, like, build the face off of that. But, like, when it comes to doing one from a non-forward-facing perspective, like if I was to be doing a 3/4, to where they're, like, looking slightly to the side, you would still draw that, like, cross, but from a side perspective now. To where you're now... It's kind of like an ellipse. Like, you imagine it turning to where you would just see the front, like that. And then you can build off the jaw, like that. And then you want the neck. But yeah. And so, I guess as far as, like, building on the facial structures, let me just open up Krita, because drawing with pixel art is really hard. Unless you go in and perfect each pixel, so I'll just pull up a quick Krita. Screen capture. This one. Alright. So as I was saying, like, I tend to start with a circle, and so if we're drawing the facial structures, you want to start with the general face shape you're going with, and so for this one we'll just go with this. And you want to add the line down the middle, and then the line that's, like, slightly below the halfway point on that. And because of this, I realized that the jawline is a bit too long. Because the eyes and whatnot are typically around the halfway point of this circle. And if I had it to where it was that, it would be a long-ass face. I realize. But, you know, kind of build off of this. But, so for this, I'll kind of turn down the opacity to show it. But, like, you add the eyes about halfway, like, on the circle. And, it kind of... There's also different eye shapes. Not even style, but actual different eye shapes. Like, you have the more rounded eyes. You have more lemon-shaped eyes. You know. Like that. And then you have the more diamond-ish ones, where it's, like, more sharp. You know. And then there's other eye shapes as well, but those are the ones that I can think of right off the top of my head. And so, if we're doing a normal anime cutesy eye type deal, it kind of you usually want to draw the eyelash first. Honestly, like the first one the best, yeah. That's just the general. But, you start with the top eyelash typically, kind of forming this half circle at an angle. And then you don't want to draw the entire eye like that. You want to leave some of it up to interpretation of the viewer, so you can just draw the bottom lash, and then just do the same on the other side. You know, you kind of just go a little bit lower than where you started. And if you think of it like an eyeball, which is what this is based around, you know, like underneath the eye that we see as the entire eyeball. If you're wanting to think about the size, like when it comes to anime and more stylized, like art. Like, it definitely pulls the line of reality, because your eye isn't the same size, like your eyeball isn't the same size as your visible eye. Like your visible eye, for instance, when you're seeing skeletons, they have these giant gaping eye sockets. But you might only see this much on a regular human, you know? Like you just see this much. Which is why whenever you're drawing something like this, if the eye is open like this, that means the eyeball is like this big. But it looks decent, you know? But if you're going for more realism, you know, you'd typically draw, like for instance, if I was taking this into a more realistic-ish term, you know, you could draw the eyeballs, and then on top you could, you know, draw the eyelids, and it would be in a more, I guess, anatomically correct size. Because you also gotta, you know, keep in mind there is something underneath that eyelid. Under the skin. But yeah, if we're going with the standard anime, like, there's also different ways to do eyes itself. Like, you can have the big eyelash at the bottom here, you know, kind of tapering at a point at the bottom, or you could also do it at the top like this, to where it tapers at the top instead of at the bottom, you know. I tend to go with the one at the top, but there's certain characters to where the downturnedness of this one kind of does better on a more sad character, you know, a more timid character. I like doing the bottom eyelashes more. No, yeah, it depends on each person's own likenesses, you know, things they like. But I find that, just in general, it looks like it's more used on more timid characters, especially, you know, the ones that are, like, more shy. Because, I mean, downturn eyes, you know, the expressions, you have happy, sad, downturned eyes are just, like, you know, more sad. Not necessarily sad, but, you know, less excited and out there, you know. Like, for instance, the Blue Diamond from Steven Universe has those kinds of eyelashes that go down, because she's like a very somber, sad character, dramatic. It also looks good on very serious characters. Like, not with this eye shape, but like with the whole diamond eye shape. Like, a lot of people do that, I guess. Where it's like off to the side, basically. Of course, it's a very crude sketch of it, but you get the idea. But after you draw whichever way you want to do the eyelashes, you point them off, but then you also have the secondary. Like, that's just the big ending chunk, but you also have, depending on your style, some people don't add these, but, you know, your eyelashes aren't one solid chunk of hair. And once again, I tend to think more about the placement on these, but I'm kind of going quick. But I tend to add them in groups of like 3 or 4. I don't really like the diamond eye type. I tried it, didn't really work out. No, yeah, I feel like it doesn't look that good on more cutesy characters. Like, if you're wanting to draw a more, you know, cute anime character, you wouldn't want to give them diamond-shaped eyes. Or at least not typically, because that gives off more of the, like, serious look. Or even angry, you know. Or, like, just disappointed, you know, not someone who is like, stereotypical cute anime character. You know, you wouldn't give Pikachu those kinds of eyes. If you gave Pikachu those kinds of eyes, it would give off a different vibe, for instance. Not saying you couldn't not saying that you can't make it look good. I'm just saying, typically, you know, that's not what they're going for with Pikachu's design. He's not supposed to be some, like, dramatic Pokemon. There are Pokemon that do have that, though, and those are typically the ones that are more, like, serious or, like, cool, you know. It's all about reading your character. Like, certain characters look better with certain things. Like, for the reason why my little Xeroc Sprite looks so weird is because, like, he just looks like a little dude. whenever in his actuality he's a very intimidating dude, you know. But yeah, that's how I'd spend a lot more time rendering them, but that's the general gist of it. And you can also add little lines that indicate eyelids and eye bags. You usually don't want to add too much eye bag unless they're like a really stressed out character or evil, you know, someone who would have a lot of negative emotion, you know. Like you'd want to give them eye bags, or someone who's just older. Older people, like, you know, have more facial lines. So if you're wanting something to look cutesy, you wouldn't give them a whole bunch, if at all. You know, on most anime characters, the most they'll have is like their eye. Like you also have these lower eyelashes, like that. The most they'll have is like a little line there. You wouldn't see a cutesy anime character with that, you know, because that makes them look more. She's blood is just eyes right now. What are you talking about? But yeah, like you wouldn't see a little cute anime character who's just like all energy and everything having giant eye bags, you know. Once again, it's about reading your character. Thank you for advice. I'll try improving my next artwork. Still thank you. Yeah, no worries. And as far as just general other things, like you also gotta think about the nose is like a little bit under, like around there, and then your mouth is under there. And the nose, it also depends on the character itself, because some characters have small noses, some have big noses. Like for Permafrost, for instance, he has a big nose, like defined, you know. Like this kind of looks a bit odd on this character. And you can even give a character like this a big nose, and it still look like it fits the face. It's more of just, he has a old big nose, because once again, older characters tend to have more lines and definition, you know. And then I usually like to add this little secondary line underneath, just for shadow. I'm head out now, goodbye. Alright, see you later. But yeah, let me erase this and head back to the pixel art then. I hope you have a good one. No. Okay. We will continue with Xeroc, which we are working on his hair right now. He is, getting there. I'm mostly just learning how to do it, because, I mean, I've never sprited hair before. I guess... what do I do for the... and transition. Something like that. Should probably extend this out more. Erase this bit. Because he's also looking forward, so he would have more face showing than what I have him right now with. Which means this would change. Uh-oh. Because I had his original hairline built off of him, his hair kind of being at a side perspective, so we'll fix that. That looks a bit better already.
On Cracker Island it was born, to the collective of the dawn. They were planting seeds at night, to grow a made-up paradise, where the truth was not attuned, and its sadness I consumed into my formats every day. In the end I had to pay. In the end I had to pay. Go. So the pilot is talking, he's doing his thing. He takes a breath, looks up, and staring at me. He says, holy bunnies, white as snow. Will you promise not to ever roam? It seems the devil and I walked hand in hand. So I'd run and run and run away, and the circles flew a senseless game. I would wait for an answer every night, but the moon stayed sound with his salmon light. So I'd run and run and run away. Faint as Alice flew a holy fate. Now the echoes interlace, repeat sacred race to save the misbehaved. A picture perfect masquerade, embracing fading ages of dainty sayings. Mi hijito Dios te quiere, solo quiere protegerte. A saying I've heard.
Anyways, I'm back. Welcome back. We are continuing our work on Xeroc. He has been waiting for me. I'm finally answering his call. I'm working on his hair right now. He will no longer be bald. He's been bald for far too long. Except the only issue is that I don't know how to sprite hair at all. So I'm learning. Figuring it out as I go. Basically just doing what they do with the eye doctor, where they give you two options, and they're like, which one looks better? One or two? And I keep doing that until I get better. Actually, the only VTuber which I like, I feel like many content creators, like whether or not people like them or a lot, you know, it has to do with their content. So I feel like you know, once you find someone whose content you like, it doesn't matter, I guess, what form they deliver it to you in. You know, not kidding. Yeah, I understand. VTubing is not for everyone. I don't watch too many streamers, not because I don't like streaming, or like watching streams, it's mostly just every time I try to watch a stream, I just get pumped with ads after ads, and I just do not want to sit through 15 ads. Because, like, I was, like, watching my favorite streamer, or, like, artist in general, and, like, it was just ad after ad. Like, I'd have to sit through 3 ads. I mean, I also like Quite, same. I love Quite. But, like, I was watching it, and I was like, okay, I got 2 minutes of ads, this better, you know, I better be able to sit here and just relax while listening to this and, you know, drawing. And literally, 5 minutes later, another 3 minutes of ads. It's like you get 2 minutes of no ads in 2 minutes of ads. Like, what? I hate ads so much, same. Ads are ass. That's why I don't like... I only... Like, I understand, like, streamers running them. It's more of I hate Twitch. Twitch want that moolah. Yeah. Like, I don't fault the people who who run the ads. I mean, make your money. And it's just like, I only don't run them because they don't make me money. If it made me money, you know, more money than it would make me lose, like, regardless of someone's opinion on ads, it is evident that, you know, ads make you lose viewers. So, I mean, it's just not a smart move for me to utilize ads at how many, like, followers and viewers I have. So, I mean, I'd only use ads if I had a reason to, and I don't have one right now. Usually when I watch live streamers, it's when they're highlighted videos. Same. I watch a whole bunch of highlighted videos on YouTube. I started to watch art streams as I find them a good way to improve my art. Same. I love, like, I don't know what it is, I just like drawing when other people are. That's one reason why I like drawing, like, while in, Discord streams. Like, I'll stream in Discord and draw. I mean, YouTube now places, like, 2 to 4 15-second ads every time you watch a video. Use an ad blocker. I have an ad blocker that works perfectly, and it's free. That's the only thing I got to say to that. I used to have the same complaint, but I finally fessed up and got an ad blocker. It has been the best thing in my life. Like, oh my god, you don't understand. Like, whenever I've gotten used to it now, of course, but when I first got it, like, whenever I first realized, wait, I haven't had ads in a while, you know, I just didn't notice. And then when I did notice, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I use an ad blocker on PC, but also, oh yeah, I watch YouTube on my phone, and I don't have an ad blocker on that. It's harder to get in my, it's, like, you can, I think, get them on phones, but it's a lot more difficult. So, I mean, like, on phone, I sit through ads all the time, but that's why I don't watch much YouTube on my phone. I don't spend much time on my phone at all. I'm too busy doing stuff, typically. My uBlock Origins works like a charm. I think that's what I use as well. Which is a different story, for video ads anyways, yeah. Which is different. Like, the main streamers I watch are, like, artists. Or the occasional, like, person who I just enjoy the content of, like, Quite. Opera GX has the same thing as YouTube Premium, but for free, except your data being stolen. Yeah, that's what happens with a lot of ad blockers as well. It's kind of a payoff. Like a trade-off, that's what I mean. Kind of like a trade-off. I just think it's worth it, you know? Like, if you're going to take my data, like, don't do anything malicious with it, but, you know, or at least don't do anything malicious with it that affects me personally. Because, I mean, there's probably selling them left and right to people, but it's not affecting me, at least currently. And I mean, it's big sources. Like, it's not like I'm using some obscure thing. Like, you know, if people were getting fucked over by the credible ad blockers, they wouldn't be credible, you know? So I just use the credible ones. Me with Firefox and Molad. Molv ad browser. Arl, I have to... Oh, right. I have to head out now. See ya. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good day. I will be here working on my man. Now that I'm done with Permafrost, I can work on other stuff for Calamity as well. I kind of want to do another, design for Xerox, like, 2 designs. His, post-ascension and pre-ascension. I might not change his pre-ascension that much, because it's already, you know, people like it. People have... Like, whenever people think of Xerox, this is what they think of. So I don't want to change it much, I just want to improve it, you know? Molvad is the VPN that I use. I don't use any VPNs. I just don't have I don't have a reason to. None of the stuff I use is blocked in any, like, places. But, like, I don't want to change pre-ascension, like, Xerox design. It's more of just I want to improve it. Like, at least its readability for sprite work. Because, I mean, like, even in general, like, I'll see drawings of it. And, like, in mine, it's not that much of an issue because it's not a finished drawing. I mean, my concept was a concept, you know? It wasn't anything overly cleanly drawn or anything. So it didn't really have much issues with readability. But, like, on finished drawings, it's just hard to see the difference between especially these pieces. Will there be concept art of pre-ascension forms of the other gods? There doesn't need to be, but I kind of want to make one anyways. Like, it's all about whether or not the artist itself wants to, or if it's going to end up something in-game, you know? It's only that we made one for Xerox because he was important enough. Because, I mean, he's going to be a boss, you know? Like, you won't see him in-game as this. The most you'll see is a reference to this. But, like, he's just that big of a dude in the lore and, like, in the game to where, like, he's, like, big enough to where he warrants a pre-design just by default. But the other ones didn't require one. But I do want to make one, to be honest. I do want to make a pre-design for, like, the other gods. Especially some of the more interesting ones, like, Sea God. Silva would be pretty self-explanatory, I feel. But I want to make one for, like, the Sea God, especially. Because, I mean, his whole deal is that he was a normal... Not normal person, but, like, a normal, like, citizen of the sea. Like, not normal citizen, as in he was, like, a regular citizen. Like, he was a normal creature of the Sea Kingdom. Like, he was a general. But, like, he was, like, you know, the seahorse hybrid type shit. But, like, his ascension brought out his inner ugliness, in that he was a very horrible, you know, shady person. And that was brought out physically by his ascension. So I'd like to, you know, show the contrast of what he used to look like with what he looks like now. Because, I mean, the only way that dude was able to get his position was by deceiving, you know? And so he would have looked pretty good, you know? It's like, oh, this dude looks great, you know? He looks trustworthy. And I feel like it's like the whole thing where it's like, kind of like that whole thing where it's like the evil villain ends up being the cute little animal. Like, I love that trope. Like, it's really funny to me. Because it's like, you expect this horrible thing, this monster, but it's just this tiny little dude. But, like, in his case, it would just be, like, instead of him being tiny, he would just look like a credible dude who just has, like... He would have accents to show that he was shady, though, you know? Like, just little hints. Because, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, he tries to hide his shadiness, but, you know, parts of your real character come out regardless of your intention. It's just whether or not you pick up on those is the distinction, and, you know, people didn't pick up on his enough. Or if they did, it wasn't worth it to get rid of him, because, I mean, he was probably pretty decent at his job. So he wasn't worth getting rid of. Oh my god, noted? Yeah. Like, not much is known about the Sea God, and that's because he was shady. I mean, like, if you're a very secretive figure, you're probably not gonna let people get to know you. Kinda came up with the Archmages and Dragons of my own. Huh. Nice. Let me drink some water. And some water. But yeah. Like in his case, like if you're trying to be secretive, you wouldn't let it show out to people. And so I'd find a way to put that in his pre-design. I want to design the Archmage of the Forge. Corona Permafrost cousin's so bad. Just go ahead and do it then, bruh. If you want to, do it. Now, it'd be different, I guess, if you have limitations like time. Like, I mean, for me, there's so much I want to work on, but, you know, life is starting, so I have limits. I just need my laptop to be set up. My desk is a mess. Yes, I'm still watching, bro. This next song is a bit weird, in that it's like, surreal-ish. It's by the same artist that was just playing, but this one is, like, really strange. My desk is decently clean. I try to keep it organized, because having a messy workspace, especially whenever it's your area where you're trying to get actual work done, like, it's different if, like, it's your relaxing area, you know? Like, you don't want it to be, like, horrible, you know, like, covered in junk. You know, that's just not healthy. But, like, you know, if it's a bit unorganized, that's fine, it's your relaxing area. But, like, whenever it comes to a work area, you know, you want to keep it nice and tidy. And that's what I try to do with my area. It also helps that we just moved, so there hasn't been much time for it to get messed up. The only thing that ever gets messy is the fact that I keep it in the same spot, so, you know, dust builds up. Which, I mean, I get rid of every now and then when it becomes an issue, but I don't like uprooting my entire setup unless I have to. But yeah, this is what I meant by it being a bit of a weird track. Like a surreal one. I'm slowly figuring out something with his hair, but once again, we're slowly figuring it out. We are slowly figuring this shit out. It's also hard to do singular hair strands like this small. Like, it's easy to do them on regular art or on massive pixel art things. But, like, on his small one, I didn't even include it. Because, I mean, it would have been just like this, you know. It would have just looked like a mistake. But for something this big, it's like, it's at a weird size where it's big enough to where, you know, if you don't add it and it's part of the design, you can tell something's off, you know, if you know the actual design. But, like, it's still at the size where it's small enough to where it's a bit awkward to add something like that, you know. And I can't just make the sprite bigger, because, I mean, you know, it has to fit within the reasonable size of a Calamity sprite. And my size reasoning for him, like this, is that I made him the same size as an elemental. I mean, like, if I drag in... Dragon, oh my god. Dragons are invading Dave & Buster's. But, if I drag in, like, for instance, like, the Cloud Elemental. New. And then scale her down, of course, because sprites, whenever they're posted, tend to be scaled up. Like, if you look at this one, she's 2 times the size as she would normally be. So, sprite size, 50% reduction. Now she should be the correct size, yeah. We'll see. Boy. And as you can see, same size. And I mean, like, the only difference, really, is the fact that, like, her legs are bent, so if her legs were fully extended, she would be the same height, if not a bit taller, because she doesn't have feet, you know. So, I've kind of just gone the same size as an elemental. Even head size is pretty much the same. I kind of just calculated the size of, like, a Terraria mini-boss NPC thing head scale, because whenever you're doing anatomy, like full-body stuff, you tend to want to, like... I guess the best way to explain it is when you're wanting to decide something's height, it tends to be a certain amount of heads tall. How about the Calamitous Brothers? Let me see. I'll have to drag them, and I actually haven't tested them. I did test, like, the, what's it called? Anahita. I tried her as well, and she's actually a bit taller. But, like, I'll bring in Catastrophe first. New. Oh, he's a big boy. Well, he also has a sword. I might bring in Cataclysm, because he doesn't have any weapons. That's the other thing. Weapons tremendously add size to sprites. Obviously. But let me see. How much do I need to reduce you? Please be an even number. Okay, good. Because some sprites are brought up by, like, factors of 3, which means that 1 pixel contains, like, 9, and it is so annoying to deal with. Don't save. It is annoying to deal with whenever it comes to scaling down. Not even for other people's, but, like, I'll scale my own shit up, like, at a size of 3, and it'll fuck me up later. To where, like, I'm trying to take my own sprite as reference, and it's just, like, I made it harder for myself, basically. That's why I like to try to do stuff by percentages of halves now, which is what most of these have done. Control C. Control V. Yeah, see? In fact, he's actually bigger. Because he doesn't even have knees. Like, the longest he's gotten is knees. My bad. And that's not even counting his sword. If we're counting his sword. And then, say we're not counting... Like, say we want someone that doesn't have weapons, I'll get his brother. His brother's, only got his actual body. Because he is a fist fighter. And then scale him down, I'm assuming, by 2. 50%. Yeah. I assumed right. Okay. See. This dude doesn't even have... Like, and here's the other thing. This dude doesn't have legs. And without legs, he is still taller than Xeroc. So I think I got a good size on this. Because, I mean, if this dude had legs, we're talking like this tall. But he doesn't. And, I mean, we're also, if we're including antler height, like, even if we go to, like, the base of his body itself, and, like, his, not even counting his antlers, he still goes up to his shoulders. And that's without legs. If he had legs and we weren't counting the antlers, like, easily very tall. Because the legs count up about, like, half of your body, typically. So, I mean, like, well, probably, like, that tall. So, I mean, yeah, I'd say my sprite size is good. And, I mean, I haven't even worked on, really, colors, necessarily. I've just got down bases. So, I'm not taking that into account yet. I've just been trying to build him out to look good. Like, structurally first. As good as I can get him. Because, once again, I am learning. I am not no Ivan Play. Props to Ivan for making these sprites, though. These have been some of my favorite sprites in-game. Like, let me see if there's any other... I don't think there is. I was going to see if there were any other characters with hair that aren't NPCs. Because NPCs are hard to compare, Like, I'm doing here, I guess. Like, I also have references of just human sprites, but, you know, a bit difficult to use those as references sometimes, because, you know, you don't want to make your sprites in a singular mod stick out too much in style from a different one. Consistency. Because, I mean, you can have a little bit of variety with styling, but you don't want it to be like you have one thing that looks like, you know, a Calamity sprite, and then you have one thing that looks like it came straight out of a, like, chibi anime, you know? Or like a realistic horror, you know? And I think that is the end of the playlist. Let me look for a new one then. Scrumptious. The next generation is doomed, according to Pyrocynical. We'll listen to some Undertale. Enjoy the chill vibes. But yeah. I'm mostly just trying to learn how to do fucking hair. From what I can see, I think I've added too many variations. I think that's one of the things. Is I need to simplify it more. You know, in the sprites that I'm seeing, you have the line art color, the base color, and then the highlights. And I feel like it's good to have some variation. Like in these, they have variation a little. But overall, they stick to those colors. And I'm just doing all this amount of shit, and I just need to chill it down, bro. I need to chill out. My God. I returned from the dead twice. Welcome back. We were just talking about the size comparison of my sprite to in-game sprites. And I am good. In fact, some of the other elementals are bigger than him. Like, Cataclysm and Catastrophe are taller than him. Or at least as tall as him. Slime Rancher soundtrack? No, this is actually Minecraft. Excuse you. Get your games right. Let me actually I've actually never, like, I've played Slime Rancher, so of course I've heard them. But, like, I've never went out of my way to listen to the soundtrack itself of Slime Rancher. Oh, wait, really? Yeah. Wait, you actually thought this was Slime Rancher? I wonder if the Exoblade is bigger than your sprite. We'll see. I'm not sure. But, this is Undertale. This is Waterfall. I remember it from the soundtrack. Yeah, this is Waterfall from Undertale. I thought you were joking. Like, I thought you were being sarcastic. Like, I know I've heard Slime Rancher full STs, like, in-game, but I don't think I've really I don't think I've gone out of my way to listen to the, soundtrack itself, so let's listen. God, that is loud. I ain't. I have both Undertale and Slime Rancher. Let me pull up the Exoblade to see its size comparison. I love that the Exoblade is just the comparison. Like, if we're comparing, like, sprite sizes, we just go straight to the Exoblade. I think it's fine. Oh, I forgot to size it down. Let me see if this is just going to be a easy... Yeah, it is. Easy to... And I like Ark of Cosmos better. Well, no, I'm just talking about, like, size comparison-wise. People love... Like, I think both sprites are great, but, like, size comparison-wise, people love this. Slime Rancher soundtrack 100%. No, yeah. I switched over to Slime Rancher because I haven't listened to the soundtrack in a while, because I've only listened to it in-game. I know? Okay. Control C. Let us see. Oh, Lord. It's taller than him. Oh my God, it's taller than him. I grew up with the first game, same. I grew up with the first game. I have yet to play Slime Rancher 2. I want to, though. It is the same. It is taller by 2 pixels than Zero. Oh my lord. Oh my lordy lord. God damn, Xeroc. Praise to my short king, Xeroc. Teensy Xeroc, yeah. This means Xeroc is canonically a short king. Okay, say goodbye to your Exoblade, Xeroc. Recently got a 0.5 0.0 update. Nice. I'm wondering what they're planning on doing for future content, like for Slime Rancher 2, or if this is like what we're getting, like the like for major stuff. Like I know like they'll add small patch notes and whatnot, you know, or small little updates. But I wonder if there's anything major getting added. Kind of like in Slime Rancher, how they added like the big NPC things, you know. I got Slime Rancher 2 5 minutes after release. Damn. Like, I've definitely, like, I haven't fully watched much of Slime Rancher 2, because, I mean, I haven't been that invested in it, but, I mean, it's been on my mind a little, every now and then. Every now and then I want to go back and do, like, another playthrough of just regular Slime Rancher, just for nostalgia, because, I mean, it was a big part of my childhood. I was a Slime Rancher enthusiast. I spedrun Slime Rancher once. Oh, it's cool. It's still in pre-release? Ah, I see. I knew it was in pre-release. I just assumed it was out of it. But that makes sense. But yeah, like, I used to play Slime Rancher all the time. I did try to speedrun it once, and I'm not going to say I was fast or anything, but I mean, I was decent. I wasn't anything spectacular, but I mean, I got, like, I think... I don't remember exactly what I had, but I mean, I think it was, like, an hour or less. I still have one achievement in Slime Rancher 1 to finish. I've been no-lifing Just Shapes and Beats currently. Like, not no-lifing towards the only thing that I do. I mean, I only do it whenever I have nothing else that I'm working on at the moment. But like, especially during my vacation I was on not too long ago, played a lot of Slime Rancher, Just Shapes and Beats. I have all achievements now, and I have, on except for 2 levels, I have A or S rank on everything, including hardcore mode. And those 2 I am close to getting. It shouldn't take long, so pretty soon I will have at least A on everything. And I have at least, like, half of the levels on S, like in normal difficulty. I don't have that many S's on hardcore, because, I mean, it's hardcore, it's difficult. You know, I'm not a god player, but, I mean, I'm not bad. I've been getting better, though. There's stuff that I definitely would have not been able to do when I first started on my Just Shapes and Beats journey a month ago. Because I started replaying Just Shapes and Beats at the end of my school year, before I graduated this year. And at first it was just a goof, you know, where I was just like, oh, let me play this for some nostalgia, as well as showing my friend, like, Just Shapes and Beats, and I got her pretty interested in it, to where she was like, oh, I like this. But, like, at first it was just a little goof, but then I was like, okay, I really want to actually, like, 100% this game. And I still want to, like, eventually I want to try to get S's on everything. That's going to take a while for me, but because once again, I'm not a great game player. Anyone who knows me or has seen me played games knows that. I'd say the best game I am good at is definitely Just Shapes and Beats now, though. Like, I'm definitely not, like, the best player, but I am good enough. Because, I mean, like, it's enough evidence to say that I'm good at the game that I have at least A on everything except for 2 levels, and S on, like, half of them. You know? And whenever I do play on multiplayer, because you can play multiplayer, I tend to be the only one surviving on most levels. Now, sure, like, I'll have my random moment of dumbness where I'll, like, make a stupid move and die, or get hit to where I don't get an A, or an S. But, like, most of the time, you know, I tend to be the only one remaining. Now, of course, there's the every now and then where someone joins the lobby who has, like, 300,000 points, and I'm like, how long have you been playing this game? I hope you know, the most points you can get for ranks is 40, and that is if you get a no-hit on hardcore, and that's just with rank. You can also get, like, an extra, like, 20 or so, or, like, an extra 60. Like, you can get, like, doubles, like, I think 120 or 140 if you get, like, the top 3 challenges as well. Because, I mean, there's other things as well, like a no dashing challenge, or if you complete the level without dashing, or dash whatever, where, like, you dash 150 times, or whatever. Like, you can get more points. I'll go for this for real this time. Goodbye. Alright, see you later. I just want to finish Eternity playthrough so that I can play Calamity again. I started playing Calamity myself again today. With a interesting idea. I'm doing a playthrough where I am only using tools. Because I saw a YouTuber who I like watching who does, like, Terraria, like, stuff. Like, he did a playthrough where he beat normal Terraria Master Mode with only tools, like, with only pickaxes. And I'm not that good at the game as he is, so, I mean, I just said tools. So, like, I use axes, hammers, shit like that. He only used pickaxes, though, and was able to beat regular Terraria on Master Mode. But, so I was like, ooh, I want to do this on Infernum, but with tools instead of just pickaxes. And it's been going decent. I haven't beaten any bosses yet, but that's because I just started today. And I'm acclimating to it, of course. You know, I'm still getting used to the fact that I can only use axes, hammers, and pickaxes. Or anything that just has, like, for instance, like, a very good weapon in Calamity is, like, the, chainsaw that Ares drops from the Exomex. Like, technically that is a weapon, but I count anything that has tool, like, percentages. You know, like pickaxe power, or axe power, hammer power. Anything that has that, like, anything that is defaultly a tool I can use, but if it is not defaultly a tool, but has tool power, I count it. You know. So, I mean, I haven't gotten to anything like that yet, but just in the future, when I do get to that point, like, I will be using things like that. I'm just not going to use anything that is outright just a weapon. Drink some water. But yeah, my main weapon right now is the, what's it called? It's like the, axe you get early game. It's a pretty decent weapon. It's nothing special, of course, because, I mean, it's just an axe. The, Feller of Evergreens. That's my main weapon right now. Because it does decent damage. Not great at all. Mind you that. It doesn't shoot projectiles. It doesn't have any, like, cool effects. It just does damage. But, it at least does a decent amount. It does the job. But I have other stuff as well. It's a video of a guy beating Get Fixed Boy with only the lawnmower. Oh my god, I need to watch that. I've heard people joking about, oh, beat this but with only the lawnmower. And, like, I just think it's so hilarious that it's not necessarily a weapon, but it does damage, so people treat it like a weapon, as like a weapon challenge, and it's so funny. I remember using Feller of Evergreens as a weapon, that was back in 1.3T mod. I kinda miss whenever the Feller of Evergreens line turned into the Elemental Axe. Like, right now it ends at the Grass, which I never use, but I mean, it's decent, you know? It's a good axe. I mean, if I need an axe, I mean, but like at that point, you tend to not need an axe. I mean, like, I tend to chop down a bunch of trees in pre-hard mode, if not hard mode. Like, in hard mode, if not pre-hard mode. And so, I mean, I tend to not really need wood like once I get post Moonlord, it's not an issue. But if I do need an axe, I'll default to that one. To the Grax. But I do miss whenever it turned into the elemental axe. It also has hammer power. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's a lot of ones like that where it's like a double-edged weapon. Or tool, I should say. We need a pickaxe, axe, hammer. That probably does exist in something, but it does not exist in Calamity, and that's why we need it. I need my child. Horrid creature. One day I want to try to get better at Terraria itself, because I suck at the Terraria player. I mean, I'll play Infernum, but I mean, I have a whole bunch of like quality of life to the point where it's almost cheat mods. Like, I mean, I definitely use some cheat mods. Like, for instance, I use social, like anti-social, like vanity mod, where it makes all your vanity slots into actual armor slots, which is definitely a cheat mod. I can't even question that. Because, I mean, Rock of XE variety. Yeah. Rock of Z. Hello, Fire Pangolin. But, like, I want to get to the point to where I don't have to, like, I want to get to the point to where I can say that I like playing Terraria without being like, oh, but I mean, I use a whole bunch of cheat mods, you know. Moonlord took 90 hours to beat with the lawnmower. Oh my god. Were they, like, there the whole time, or did they have some sort of, like, automation set up? Because if they did that without automation, oh my god. I would not be surprised, though. There are crazy people. Crazy frog. The crazy frog. Trying to decide what to do with this little hairpiece. I think it's looking better than it was earlier. Here he is bald. Here he is with his hair. I don't want to move this a little bit that way. Because he's looking directly at you, and this makes it look like he's slightly looking to the right when he's not. I don't want to make it look like he is, you know. No! You did not want to use the freaking spray brush. Brett. Chill out. But yeah, as I was saying, I want to get to a point in my Terraria skills to where I can, you know, say I'm a good player. Because, I mean, it just takes time and dedication. Because, I mean, with me just playing Just Shapes and Beats, I used to say I was horrible at the game, but just liked playing it. But, I mean, now I can say I'm good at the game, you know. I'm not the best. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like sure, it'd be cool if I got to the point where I'm like, I'm the best Terraria player in the world. But I mean, that's not realistically going to happen. But I at least want to get to a point to where I'm like, yeah, I'm a good Terraria player. I'm good enough. There's an ice cream truck outside my house. Go get some ice cream, bro. And if it's a white van, even better. They probably have some candy in there. The white van. Go get some candy, bro. I can't get ice cream, I don't have money. Nah. Yeah, I get that feeling. If there was an ice cream truck coming outside of my place, I wouldn't get any either. He does not have the extra money. I mean, I'll spend money on something I need, but I mean, I only spend on stuff I need, you know? At least at the point I'm at right now. I mean, I've been stockpiling a bit of money off of commissions, though. And by a bit, I mean a bit, you know. I don't have, like, a $5 million. But, I mean, I have a couple hundred. Which is good enough for someone who hasn't started their first job yet. Although I will be starting it this Friday. I already had my, quote, orientation. But we'll see how the actual first day goes. It should be good enough. It's a job. It doesn't need to be anything special. You know? A job is a job. It's not meant to be fun. It's not even necessarily the fun part that I'm like, I want it to be fun. More of just, I want it to not stress me the fuck out. Because I have anxiety issues. And on my orientation day, I was stressed out of my mind. But like, I need money, you know? So, in the future, I can apply for Social Security type stuff. Where like, I can collect money for disability checks. Just because, I mean, I have a whole bunch of mentally affecting disability, like anxiety and whatnot, autism, ADHD, you name it. And in the future, you know, I can try to get that. But the funny thing is that you have to have work experience. The only reason why they wouldn't make you need to get work experience if you have something that is debilitating, such as like having something that is like mentally, like cognitively, I mean, like challenging. Like for instance, if you have like a really severe case of autism, like I have high functioning autism, which means that I can function within reason, you know. I don't need like crazy things. Like accommodations for autistic people tend to be stuff like at least for autistic people of my, I guess, I don't want to say rank because that makes it sound like a game, but like of my, I guess, my organizing, I don't friggin' know, my category. Like my category of autism that I have is high function autism. Low functioning autism is where like you need a lot more help, you know. Like it can affect you cognitively to where you have a harder time learning or speaking. Like there'll be people who can't speak without certain things, you know. I don't have that, but I have other stuff. And so with that kind of stuff, like if you have something that's like really like debilitating, you know, that like makes it to where you cannot realistically work a job. Oh hey Sam, no, yeah, a lot of people have autism who don't even know it. Like it's actually, I don't want to say common, I mean it's definitely not like the majority, but I mean it's more common than it used to be, because people back then had no register of mental health. I mean, if you had any sort of issue, it was just like a skill issue, you know? Like that's what people would say, you know, it's like you're just lazy or you're bad. You know, get better at talking to people. But like, you know, nowadays we have a better grasp on it, so more people are getting tested, which means more people are, you know, figuring out that, oh wait, I have autism. Or I have ADHD, or whatever. I'm really scared of driving because there's things I have to remember. Focus on same. Like, with my autism ADHD combination, it's great because I get tunnel vision really easily. Tunnel vision to the max, to where I will just be on the road and I just, without meaning to, zone out. And I start thinking about like what someone said to me 3 weeks ago, where I'm like, oh shit, I need to respond to this person. Or oh shit, like I need to like be thinking about planning for this thing or that, you know? And it's just like my mind just goes on tangents. And that's my main fear when it comes to driving. Like, I've passed my driver's license test and I have a correct license. It's more of just driving itself. Like, I know eventually, you know, you get better with skill, but there's only so good that you can get at something, you know. It's just, I don't know where my limit is, you know. My limit of focus. I'm hoping I have a high limit, or like no limit, but you never know until you try. So we'll find out. We'll find out eventually. I had to watch the part of the vid again because I haven't seen it in a while. But it wasn't automated. He had to walk between teleporters to hit the hands and eyes and head eye. Oh my god. Blood literally said, you're gonna have to give me a couple days of vacation. If he does that as his job, then never mind. But if he has like a job outside of that, he's like, okay guys, I'm gonna have to clock out. Like for the next couple days, I'm doing a Terraria challenge. I hope that is his job because, like, well, if that wasn't his job, he probably had vacation time stored up or like off time, like, but with pay. But if that is his job, then I mean, all for him. But if that isn't his job, I hope he had something set up. I can't even imagine doing that. I mean, like, with my ADHD and whatnot, I can't fathom doing one thing for 90 hours. Like, I can manage, like, a couple hours, but, like, that's only helped because I take ADHD medicine. Like, I during spring break, I did 12-hour streams, and it was, like, really impressive to like, any person who would join in the later half. They're like, oh my god, you've been streaming for 8 hours? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream for another, like, 5. They're like, what? Like, another 4. I did my math wrong. But, like, another 4, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. But, like, anything longer than that, and, like, and of course I'd have my breaks. It's not like I was drawing the entire 12 hours or talking the entire 12. I mean, I'd have my own little breaks, but I mean, it would only be, like, a few minutes. Or, like, a lunch break. Or bathroom. But, like, nothing outrageous. But, like, something that long, I can't imagine. My brain cannot comprehend doing something that long. I would simply die. I would simply explode from my veins. I would be about, like, I'm about to blow up. That's what I'd be like. It's so funny because the people, this is completely off topic, but the people who I am doing a, like, internship with, like, a game studio, like, it's a small studio, but, like, they have, like, the same type of, not the same, but, like, a very similar humor to me, and it's really fun. Because we were in our meeting today, and of course, you know, there'd be times where it'd be like, okay, we're gonna have to get on track, but, like, you know, like, it's kind of just like the shit post type of comedy. And that's the same with Calamity. Like, when I first joined Calamity, I was so relieved that it wasn't, like, business suit, you know, type humor towards, like, we do not make jokes in this channel, you know. Because, I mean, I had never worked on a project that big before. I'd only worked on freaking Undertale Roblox games. So I didn't know if it was going to be like, oh yeah, sorry sir, or whatever, you know, talking to whoever is, like, helping you out with something, or, like, Fabsol himself being the creator. But I was like, no, it's really chill. And that's the same with this place that I just joined, and, like, Calamity itself is big, but it doesn't have its own studio. And so when I joined this place as an intern, I was assuming it would be, like, you know, business suits, actually, you know, because, I mean, like, they have their own studio, like, in physical space. But, like, no, it's just chill. That's what I like about it. I think I found a pretty good gig there. Not gig for money. I don't make any money off of it, but, like, at least for experience. Because in order to get into most of the art industry, it relies on experience, and you can really only get that through working. And if you can only work through experience, you know, you got to find the places where they take interns, which most places do. I mean, free work is free work. Who is going to refuse you unless you have, like, unless they already are getting so many, like, requests for internship. Like, it's different if it's like, we do not need another intern, we have, like, 500, you know, that would be different. But, like, if it's like a normal sized one, or even like a small one like the one I work at, you know, they're always open to interns, like, joining in. And so I did. And that has been going wonderfully. I have been enjoying it. I've been working on a character dialogue sprite. That's been the main thing that I have been tasked with for my first thing. It's just character dialogue sprites, which has been pretty fun. I've had to... The other good thing about working for places like Calamity and this place that I'm working at, like for this internship, is you really get to learn how to work for an actual studio for jobs before you actually get a job. You know, like if you make mistakes, it's not going to be a big deal. Because what are they going to do? Fire you? Bro, you don't pay me anyways, you know? So if you make any mistakes, like, oh man, I didn't mean to, like make mistakes in your artwork or something like that, or, you know, or you're just, like, not used to the work environment. You know, like, if you keep forgetting to do stuff, for instance, like, the most that's going to happen is they kick you off the team. But, I mean, it's not like you've lost, like, oh man, I don't have a way to pay for stuff anymore, because, I mean, you're not getting paid to start with. And it also gives you a chance to learn how to do stuff that will help you when you get into an actual one. Such as, like, most game studios don't let you just work in whatever style you want. Unless, like, you are the leader of the thing and, like, people are building the game around your style. You know? Like, that would be different. But, like, with most game studios, you know, you're not going to be the executive. There can only be so many executive artists or whatnot in a game. But, so, like, in this case, like, I'm having to learn the style of the game that I'm helping out on. And at first it was a little difficult, because the kind of style they have is kind of like, it's hard to explain. It's like 3D, like, you know, organically shaped people, you know, like, to where it's like they look like regular drawings of people, but, like, it's like flattened geometry, to where, like, they're very, like, shapely, you know, like, not much form, to where, like, you can, like, imagine the shape of someone's arm, or, like, something. It's more, like, shapely. I mean, it's more of you construct the character with the shape itself, not the form of the shape. You know, it's hard to explain. But I've been getting the hang of it better, where they've started to, like the main thing that I did today, I had, like, oh my god, Among Us. I had, like, a meeting with them, to where, like, every Sunday, like, we hold meetings to where they, like, we basically just get together and, you know, say, hey, how things going with your thing? Like, basically giving, like, catch-up and, like, criticism and reviews. And so mine was that I was doing good on learning the style, and that I could start moving on to, cleaning it up and rendering. And so that's what I'll be working on next. After stream, of course. As well as commissions. I've been working on a ton of commissions lately. Like, oh my god, I have so many commissions. Let me just list, like, the commissions that I've done and the ones I have left. And these are just the ones that I know of. Like, there could be a social media that I haven't checked yet, that, like, in my DMs, I have someone asking for a commission. Because, I mean, I don't know why, but, like, Instagram, it never tells me about my message requests. And so, like, I'll check it a month later after the person has sent it and be like, oh shit, I didn't even know you sent a message. And they're like, oh man, yeah, I'm not able to get a commission anymore, I already spent it on someone else. And it's that kind of deal. So, like, if I do open it now and I had one, you know, it would add to the list. But I've had, like, 8 people. Technically 10, because one of the people there has 3 commissions for me, because they have a project that they're working on with a whole team, and so, like, they've practically hired me, like, but, like, on contract, to where, like, I do contract work for them, to where, like, they basically just pay me to do one thing, and then, like, you know, when they need another thing, they pay me again. It's not like I'm getting, like, it's not like I'm hired, but, like, I'm paid to work for them whenever they have something for me. Basically indie developer work, where I'm just making, it's actually kind of very similar to what I do with Calamity, like, I get paid for it, because, like, I'm making concepts for characters and whatnot, and it's fun. I've been making one recently. I was working on it earlier on, like, before I was on stream today. It's this sniper character, and she's pretty cool. She's, it's like, the factions of the world building is like you have this one side which is like the good people, you know, and you have the evil side, and they have fleshed out all the good characters, or at least most of them, and so now they're fleshing out the evil characters. And so one of the characters is the one that I'm working on, and it's been going pretty decently. I've been getting a good design for her. I finished the design of her outfit itself, and now I'm just starting to work on the accessories and whatnot. Like, she's a sniper, like sharpshooter, so I have to design her gun, like the sniper rifle she uses. But as well, like, each of the people in the faction she's in has like these masks, and so oh my god, dream Minecraft. But like I have to, you know, design these masks. And at first I didn't quite know where to go with it, like other than just like doing what they sent me. But you know, I don't want to just do what someone sends me, you know, I want to go above and beyond, you know, just to impress someone to the point to where, like, you know, they might want to commission me again when they're done. You know, that's the main thing you want to do as an artist, is really impress people. Because, I mean, if someone is impressed with your work, they're more likely to come back for more later. And so, like, I'm trying to do my best that I can on this one, and it's been going good. Like, I took the mask concept that they gave me and, like, expanded on a lot. Not just on the design itself, but it kind of tells you more about the character. Because, like, the description of the character that they're having me design is that they're, like, you know, they're, like, what's it called? They, strike fear in the hearts of their enemies, because it's just, like, you don't know where they are, and, like, they're a sharpshooter. So, I mean, like, you know, of course you'd be scared if you're an enemy out on the field. And so, I tried to tap into that to make, you know, the character look more scary. Because, I mean, the face that they had me go with isn't exactly giving away scary. And so I feel like if they're wanting to tap more into that, you know, they'd want to cover up their face with something that would give off more fear. Kind of like the Pyro from TF2. It's like, it's actually a good what's it called? A good comparison, because the mask that I'm giving her is a gas mask. And so, each character that they're having me design is from the same faction, and they each have the same type of mask, but I want them to each have their own individual, like, uniqueness to it. And so for hers, I'm giving her a gas mask. Not only because, you know, it functions as a gas mask, you know, it'd be useful. You know, you're out on the field and you're a sharpshooter. Someone is trying to take care of you from a distance, so what if they launch a tear gas thing to make it to where you can't see? Or what if they launch like a poison thing, you know, something that would like hurt you if you breathed it in, that kind of thing. Like so the gas mask makes it to where like they don't have to worry about that. They'd only have to worry about close combat stuff pretty much, or if there's another sniper. And so with that character, I gave them that for that, but also just gas masks in general are scary. I mean, any character who has a gas mask, it's usually kind of a more ominous tone. And so it's just a good way to show that, oh, this character is, like, perceived by the enemy as evil. Or not evil, well, yeah, this person is evil. Or at least on the, what is considered evil side. Because, I mean, it's not always good to create two-dimensional characters, even if they are evil. Now, I'm not saying it's always bad to, because, I mean, for instance, the, goddamn, I forgot his name, like, Jack Horner, or whatever his name is, from the recent Puss in Boots movie. Like, he's, like, evil, but just for the sake of being evil, to where he just think it's fun. You know, he doesn't have a reason, like, he doesn't have, like, a terrible backstory. He's just a horrible person, you know? Not every villain needs to have some backstory that, like, explains why they are the way they are. Yeah, Jack Horner. I thought that was his name. But, like, in his case, he doesn't have a case. Like, he doesn't have a reason to be evil. He's just evil, you know? like, that's not, like, there's not always going to be a reason for someone, especially in the real world. Like, there's people who I meet in person or online who are, like, just assholes. And it's, like, for no reason. There's assholes, you know? But, like, and same for this character. Like, and no, it's the opposite. But, like, same could be said for, like, you know, wanting to give your character backstory for why. And so, I mean, like, I don't want to just say they're evil, because, I mean, I don't quite know the whole direction of the whole thing, because, I mean, I've read over the general idea that they set me for the characters and the lore for the world, but I haven't looked too much into it. Once again, I'm mostly there just to do work, you know, get stuff done. If I was reading stuff all day, I wouldn't have time to work on the designs, but I at least want to have a general understanding. Like, when it comes to working on anything in a project, you want to have a general understanding of the world building, so that you can have a better time, I guess, incorporating the characters you design into it. Because, I mean, like, if you are making a horror movie, and, like, there's a character that looks like they're straight out of a frickin' My Little Pony cartoon, like, that just would not blend. Now, it might be good for a comedy, you know, like someone making fun of horror movies, which there's a lot of ones like that, but in the case of a general, like a genuine, I said general, in a genuine horror movie, you wouldn't want to put something that just does not fit. And, like, the same could be said for when you're creating something. Like, if I'm a, you know, like with my development with Calamity, I wouldn't want to put something in that has no correlation or any, like, any realistic connection to the things in Calamity, you know? You want things to tie in. And so that's the same thing with this character. Like, I don't know the full story, but I know enough to where I can make it to where they, you know, they fit in. And so, I don't know if they are actually evil, so I didn't want to just assume, and that's because, like, you know, even if you are on what's considered the evil side, I'm sure there's a possibility that you're not there because you want to, you know? Like, they aren't the leader, so, I mean, maybe they're there just because they had nowhere else to go, and if they didn't, they'd die, you know? Drastic measures call for drastic, I don't know, drastic stuff. Let me drink some water. So, I mean, I don't know the existence behind the character, but the mask itself at least shows that, you know, by the people on the battlefield, you know, they're probably going to be, like, shown as terrifying, because, I mean, there's someone who is a sniper, you don't know where they are, but they know where you are, and so it just portrays the character nicely, and so that's why I chose to do it. But yeah, I feel like all my work with these, like, character designing gigs, through Calamity, like, my intern, like, thing, and, like, my commissions have really helped me out with, creating characters, which has been giving me ideas for my own characters, like, Dr. Sprite and whatnot, to where I kind of want to touch back on them, just to improve them. Because, I mean, like, when I first made characters like Dr. Sprite, I gave her backstory, but, like, I gave her too much, to where whenever I redesigned her, I was like, too much, didn't read, like, I didn't want to redo it, you know, or I didn't want to, like, because, I mean, I was a 9th grader whenever I made Dr. Sprite, or, like, a 10th grader. I can't remember. I think I was 10th. Because I was a 10th grader. And, like, I was getting better at art, but at the same time, I was getting better at general knowledge. So, I mean, any backstory I write for that character isn't going to be that good. Because I did not know how to create characters back then. And I'm still learning, but I'm getting better at it. And so I feel like I don't need to go all in, like, whenever I first made her, like, let me see if I can pull up the original, like, I had a post on DeviantArt that had, like, her whole character lore description. I'm not going to read the whole thing, of course, on stream, but I just want to get the overall gist I had for her, because I don't even remember it now. Sheet lore and description. Like, yeah, I went into the whole profile, like, race, human, gender, female, age, unknown, but guessed by colleagues to be around 28. Height, 5'11", weight, 135 pounds, origin, Japan, Birthday, February 13th, the 23rd. Hobbies, tinkering, drawing, and messing around with her colleagues. Likes, digital art, anime, tech, game OSTs, and birds. Dislikes, rain, large abandoned buildings, needles, and being alone in dark places. Nicknames, Sprite, Lightning Rod, Battery Pack, and Crazy Bird Woman. And then I went into a whole bunch of lore. Bird enjoyer. Yeah, she likes birds, and I still carried that over to her current design. She has a pet, like a pet harpy eagle. An exotic bird. And that's only the profile. Then you have, I went through her whole her whole appearance, and so like a whole bunch of stuff about that. I went through her personality, and then her backstory, and like I went down to so many things, but like it was ass. I mean, like, I was just not a good writer, and I'm still not the best one, but I'm at least a better character writer, where I could create a better backstory for a character, a better tie-in to, and knowing where to tie in as well. Because, I mean, it's not just about being a good character writer, it's about knowing where you don't need to explain stuff, unless you're creating something that needs that, Like, I'm not creating a television series based around Dr. Sprite, to where you need to know her whole backstory. So, I mean, I have no reason to do that. It would be different if I was, but I'm not. And so, I mean, like, back then, I wrote all this shit, and it's just, like, unnecessary. And so, like, now, I'd not only be able to write better, but also, like, take out stuff that is unneeded. Basically just make things make more sense and be more readable as a character. Because that was her main flaw when I first made her. Was a whole bunch of just, like, I had a good-ish idea for, like, her backstory, but then towards, like, the end of the first part of it, I kind of, like, that idea had just turned into, like, my feel for it, but I had nowhere else to go with that thought. So I kind of just started coming up with what I thought sounded cool. And then once I ran out of that and started going on to, like, what she was doing in the present and how she got where she is, I just completely, like, did not know where to go, And it's just, I don't even need to go into all of that. But, like, back then I thought I needed to, so, I mean, I tried. And it's just, like, I don't even, and that's the other thing. Like, as I've gotten better at, like, character designing, like, people online in the art community just make OCs. They don't always come up with this the most elaborate, like, lore or whatnot for them. There are ones that do, and I feel like for me that was just my inner autism coming out, where I was just, like, gushing about my creation, where I was like, oh my god, here's this and this and this and this and this and this and this, But, like, I don't need to do that. And that was one of the other main reasons why I stopped creating characters for a while, is because, I mean, like, whenever you do all this stuff, you're gonna get burned out, because you're, like, doing a whole bunch of shit. And so for a while, I just stopped writing characters. And then whenever I picked it up again, and made more characters, I did less of that. Hello. Hey, Owen Draws. We are working on a Xeroc Sprite. Non-official. I have to preface that. Because, oh my god, every time I post something on, like, anything that is related to Calamity, and I don't preface, if it's, like, it's different if it is official. If it is official, I also make sure people know it's official. But, like, especially if it's not official, I like to make sure people know it. Because I've had so many instances where people on, like, Reddit, or, like, YouTube, or whatever, will just, like, assume it's official, even if I didn't say it was. And so I just don't want that to happen. And so I have just gotten in the habit of, anytime I mention it, I'm like, it is unofficial, guys. I just want to make sure people know that. But yeah. Hello. We are working on the unofficial. Man. He's been going good. He's been going wonderful. I should probably save it as well. Because you should always save your work while you're working on it. I have a bad habit of not doing that. You can imagine the results. You can imagine what has happened to my work in the past. It's like, oh man, I've been drawing for 3 hours. I lost it all. 'Cause I didn't save. But yeah, how are you doing, Owen? Owen Draw. How was thine day? Okay. I'm starting to like his hair more. So I went tubing, but it rained. The tubing part sounds fun, though. I've never gone tubing myself. I'm too much of a wuss. But I've seen my family members doing it, and it looks fun. I'm more of a, if I go anywhere around water, I'm more of a stay in the shallower ends, or if there is sand, dig a hole. You see, the mind's call to me when I'm at the beach. We went to the beach not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago, and I dug. I did catch a crab. I caught a little crab. I put him back in the ocean, but I did catch him. I learned that, at least where I was, anytime... If it's nice outside, then it's way better. Yeah, that as well. It's more of just, I'm an anxious person. I just have irrational anxiety, where it's like, doesn't matter what I tell myself or what other people tell me about how safe something is. If I feel anxious about it, I'm just going to feel anxious. Sadly. Even if I don't want to feel anxious about it. Like, even if I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could do this. It's like, my brain's just like, no. What if you died? I'm like, but how would I die? It's like, what if you were going so fast that a bug smacked into your head, knocking you cold out, and then you drowned? Like, that's not realistic. And I'm like, but does it make sense that it could happen? I'm like, maybe. You see, my head is stupid sometimes. I doubt that will happen. Exactly, and that's what I tell myself, but doesn't matter what I tell myself, because my brain's just like, what if it did? You know, my little noggin likes making stretches. It likes taking one thing and going a mile with it. What if you went... No, yeah, one of my biggest fears, actually, when it comes to being out on open water, like, on something where I can't move and get away, is if, like, a wasp comes up. I am deathly afraid of wasps or bees. Like, I will be chill enough around a bee, you know? I understand the bee's not going to hurt me if I don't hurt it, you know? But with a wasp, wasps are acids. Little gremlin creatures. Where if you are as so much as in that thing's line of sight, it has, like, got you on its eye. And if it's like, oh shit, he's coming closer, I need to kill it. Like, that's its first thought. Like, I'm gonna pull out my stinger and just put my venom in it. You know, there's no reasoning to them. So, I mean, like, if I'm out on the open water, and there'll be many times in the past as a kid where I'd be in a boat with my family, like, on like, the summers, and, like, there would just be a wasp or something, or a bee, and I would just be shitting my pants. Not literally, but I'd be, like, terrified, because I was just like, it's coming closer to me. I was like, that thing better not take another step. Or another fly. I messed around with Apotheosis lately and saw their stuff that is unfinished. Do you mean, Apotheosis in Calamity? Or another thing? I know Apotheosis is an SCP. Oh, that mod. Oh, the Calamity add-on. Okay. No, yeah, I used to play with that mod a lot. Like, whenever I first started getting into Terraria modding, and especially Calamity. Like, that was one of the main ones I used to play around with. Fun days. Fun days that were. I miss those days when I was just getting into these things. The nostalgia, it hits hard. But alas... Like, I remember using that mod, because, I mean, I was all about those cheaty mods. And, like, that one's a little bit different, just because, I mean, the fact that it's not just a cheaty one, it's, like, actually very difficult as well. But, like, I liked the cheaty mods that were cool. Because, I mean, like, I hated those OP sword ones. Like, I remember back then, there was, like, the OP Rainbow Sword mod, or whatever the fuck. Like, those were, like, all the rage back then. And, like, I never liked those. But, like, anything that was, like, actually cool and OP, you know, had some substance to it. I'd always toy around with it, and that was one of those. Oh, man, those were the days. Those were the days. Why he looks so dirty? Is there a way I can do this? Do any of these characters? It's difficult for me to find out how to do things like this, where it's like got like a singular strand of hair in the middle of the face, and get it to look good with pixel art. And I think that's probably why I never see it in pixel art. Because it's very difficult to portray, I guess, in this scale at least. It's like with bigger pixel art, it's not as much of a hassle. But with something like this, it is quite the conundrum. I think I'll move these down by one. Heavenfall Longbow is like the only weapon that works, but it's hard to not instantly kill the Ascended Chibi boss, right? It is hard not to. Like, I've seen people legitimately try to fight those bosses, and I could never. I am just not skilled enough. You will never catch me fighting one of those boys. Why do you look so derpy, sir? Maybe... What can I do to make you look good, sir? I use the Verboten one too. I don't remember any of the weapons from that mod, so I'll have to search that up. Wiki, go! Apotheosis Wiki, go! Apotheosis Calamity Wiki. And it sends me to the book. Apotheosis Gods Among Us. No, the one from Calamity Remix. Ah. Be sure that's a community remix. Oh, okay. Apotheosis Remix. Calamity community remix. Calamity community remix wiki. And what was the thing called? Verboten. Oh, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. RGB Murasama. The Twin Tune. The fuck is that? Yippee. Yippee indeed. Tyrant Shield. Sometimes I go on the fandom wiki to get quit. You know, yeah, I used to do that as well. It's been a while since I've done that, so we'll take a look right now. Fandom wiki. Calamity. I almost just said fandom wiki. But yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at the... Oh my god, what the hell? Why are there so many? The freaking bosses. Fandom wiki is funny. Fandom wiki is definitely a thing of all time. I love the Exodiagen. What the hell is that? It's a slime, looks like. Huh? Why is Poltergeist red and green? What the hell? What is this bullshit? Let me see if anyone has added like a sprite or something for Xeroc. What is a Xerocodile? What the fuck? They turned the blood orb fish thing into a frickin' quote Xerocodile. On the fandom wiki page for the Exo chair mount, there's a line of trivia which says, despite what would one expect, the Exo box does in fact come with Uno. This fact is contrary to Draydon's claim that he has the oldest Exo box known to man. I see. He's a liar. Sadly, there is no entry about Xeroc on the fandom wiki. This needs to be changed. Give my boy some goodness. I like the concept of Nile the most. Do you mean Nile the Fathomless Seeker? Is that the one you're talking about? The weapons look really good. Oh my god. Like, you have, like... On the fandom wiki, there's one of two things. The original sprite, something really bad, or something really good. It's really funny to me. Like, I was looking at the Poltergeist thing, and there's just edits of him, but, like, pink and green. No, like green and red. Or, like... Let me see if it's still the same. But, like, who was it? There was one NPC, the Nuclear Terror. Like, a while ago, he was, like, this really weird-looking sprite that was, like, way worse than the current, like, thing that is actually in there. But then you just have other stuff that is just, like, actually amazing sprites. Blue, pink, and green Poltergeist. What is this, Fanta colors? Yes. We love Fanta. It's just funny to me. Why has the solar eclipse now been changed to having random shit? You have Freddy Fazbear, Freddy the Fazbear, Freddy Fazbear, you have Sonic.exe, Glitch, Slenderman, you have Depressed Cephalopod, also known as Squidward, you have Cuboid Curse, which is Herobrine, you have frickin' Garden of Banban. What the hell? Hey, let's get back on track. I've consumed enough of that brain rot. For now, at least. We'll revisit it again. What happened to the wiki? That's the fandom wiki. Community is funny and terrifying at the same time, yeah. The fandom wiki is, what's it called? It used to be the regular one, but people kept editing it, so, like, the official one eventually swapped over to, a different platform so that people couldn't just edit it anymore. And, that was definitely a good thing for them, but now they just let the fandom wiki exist just for people to fuck with. And so, people make their own funny entries, or actually amazing. Like I was just saying earlier, there's either, amazing sprite work, or horrible. Or just the original. Like, sometimes people will just, like, put stuff out of place, or, like, they keep the original thing, but they, like, call it something else. Or people will make original sprites that actually just look like, hey, this needs to be its own mod. Like, please, make this its own mod, it's amazing. Seriously, fandom as a wiki site is garbage. Yeah. Indeed. On the fandom wiki page, Rodon advertises delicious meat after the Exomech fight. As he should, bro. Get his bank. He needs his bank, bro. Get your shit. Spit your shit. As he should. Me. Well. Why did it just pan to the bottom? Like, how do other people... You know what? I can just edit it. You know, that's all it is with pixel art. Like, concept art to pixel art when it comes to these things. Is concept art is just meant as concept art. And the people who turn it into the official sprites can choose to do with whatever they choose to do with it. So it doesn't need to be perfectly in line. Also, someone completely removed the rogue page there. Rogue does not exist. What are you talking about? Wake up. Wake up. We have been trying to reach you. We have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Wake up. Oh my god, it's the glass desert. That was one of my favorite places in all of Slime Rancher. Had to be. Just looks like ass. Ass castle. Asshole. If I got good at pixel art, I would make a plane or a Tesla weapon line. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind doing a bit of that myself. Like, once I get better at pixel art. Like, there's a bunch of ideas I have, but I can only do so much in the time I'm able to. Because, I mean, not only do I have other mediums that I work on and other projects, but I mean, I have real life stuff as well. So, there's only so much I can do with what time I have. Yeah, I understand, yeah. I wish I had enough time to do whatever my mind thought of. But that is just not realistic. You must set realistic goals for yourself. Let me see. Trying to think. Why does it sound like this is gonna turn into frickin' Rick Astley? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Love waking up and immediately falling back to sleep. Yeah, the music is a bit chill. We're listening to the Slime Rancher soundtrack. Also, hello. I too am feeling a little bit sleepy because of this trip. I love slimes. Same, bro. They're so cute. I like slimes unless they are spiked jungle variety. Same. I hate those little fuckers. Like, in any mod, like, Infernum Calamity, regular Calamity difficulty, like, increases, whatever it be, those little fuckers, even in vanilla, like, early game, those are little pests. They deserve nothing but the worst torture of death. They deserve nothing better. They don't even deserve death, actually. They deserve just the torture. Those little slime motherfuckers. They deserve the harshest form of torture. You're back. Haven't heard that name in years. Yeah. Welcome back, bro. I haven't been streaming recently because I had a whole bunch of uncertainties with my work schedule coming up. I thought my first day would have been last week, but it wasn't. It's apparently this Friday. So I'll be able to stream until then at a decently regular, schedule. Well, of course, there's the occasional thing that I can't quite predict. But other than that, we should be back on the regular. Back on regular show.
They say my hunger's a problem. They tell me to cut my appetite. They say I can keep myself from trying a bite of every page inside. They wish your patience a virtue. They tell me gluttony's a sin. But my desire is bottomless. I wanna slit your throat and eat till I get sick. The slaughter's on. I'd love to see you come undone and satisfied until I got you flayed alive. So grab a plate, have a taste, check away on watching way. I'm still preying on the butcher's vein. To trust you up in pretty patterns. Oh, to dress your flesh up with the works. Perfectly portioned by a dagger, serving the finest leftover dessert. Why would I desecrate a carcass? Oh, why let the offal go to waste? It's love that guides my cleaver with such tenderness. A perfect strike, you fix the horror on your face. The slaughter's mine, no blood and viscera divine. Preserved in prime, makes my soul divide up through thine and in the high. Once inside, tasting shelling, lean the eye out. Devour all of you in time. Oh, your heart, chaotic or come on. My love, my knife, to carve it out your life. So grab a plate, have a taste, check away on ocean's way. I'm still preying on the butcher's vein. To snap the sinew, I want to get within you. I want to not forgive you. Rigor mortis, mold and mildew. But dear, you should be grateful that I won't waste a good meal. That all my lost precision caused a cut a simply life. To snap the sinew, I want to get within you. I want to scar the tissue, beautify and beautify you. I need to be your afterlife. You gotta start it off like the slaughter's on. I'd love to see you come undone and satisfied until I got you flayed alive. So grab a plate, have a taste, check away on ocean's way. I'm still preying on the butcher's vein. And now the slaughter's mine, my darling, get under the knife. Your broken bride, it cuts so perfect in its prime. All that I say, 63, wait on washing's way to knee. I'll be waiting so impatiently. Oh, your heart, chaotic or come on. My love, my knife, to carve it out your life. So grab a plate, have a taste, check away on ocean's way. I'm still preying on the butcher's vein. Still praying, hopeless and in vain.
Let's play pretend now, don't be afraid. Now, stop being worried, this could be the way. We are what we made, I'm ready for a new start. Follow your dreams, no other way will be that great. And I'll keep searching for the best. Stick to yourself in the rocket and believe you can be anything you want.
You know, as a kid on Sunday I'd go to church and say my daily prayers. It's such a blur. I beat him out in West Roy in the cielo. Santifica, how did it go? And so the Bible is talking, he's doing his thing. He takes a breath, looks up and staring at me. He says, holy bunny's white as snow. Will you promise not to ever roam? When the feelings all began, it seems the devil and I walked hand in hand. So I'd run and run and run away, and the circles through a senseless game. I would wait for an answer every night, but the moon stayed sound with his hammer light. So I'd run and run and run away, faint as solace through a holy faith. Now the echoes interlace, repeat sacred race to save the misbehaved. A picture perfect masquerade, embracing fate, pages of tainted saints. Mi hijito Dios te quiere, solo quiere protegerte. A saying I've heard before, adorning covenants, dear caramba. We've lost our youth to the night, left to find reason between every fracture of life. In portraits betraying our lives, can we redefine what it means to be alive? If the scripture says it's in, then let's begin a dying wish. Although our lives were dead and blinded bliss, there's hope beyond this moment. Busy bruises on my neck, we won't regret our cigarettes. I wanna feel your body close, but there's something latching to my throat. It's got me what? It's got me colored. Cheap wine, cheap praise, cheap ways to fill my faith. I got 100 ways to know the pain every day. The saints still trying to pray. Like, oh yeah, ready estás ahí en el cielo donde you find it hard to believe. He did you run and run and run to shun the only one who could save us from humanity's soul. We've lost our youth to the night, left to find reason between every fracture of light. In portraits portraying our lives, can we redefine what it means to be alive? Isn't up to a god, components or sonnets, they're up to us to write. The memories live on through each line. Can we redefine what they mean? If scripture says it's in, then let's begin a dying wish. Although our gods were down and blinded bliss, there's hope beyond this moment. Beastly bruises on my neck, we won't regret our cigarettes. No one to feel your body close, but there's something latching to my throat. I wanna worship you all night. I wanna feel your gentle bite. And if the world wants us to burn, we'll join the stars and watch it turn. The prayers I used to pray, but if I hit behind this broken bliss, I'll never
I have the stream in the background while I play Terraria, doing like 2 ongoing Calamity multiplayer playthroughs. Makes me underestimate bosses in single player. Yeah, I haven't played too much multiplayer, especially with like modded, but I played a little bit, and like during like the what's it called, multiplayer, it tends to be like the bosses go as we all try, and then when someone dies, we're like, okay, don't die. And especially if it's like only 2 people playing in the world, it's even more of that. But if there's more, it's like really only an issue of don't die, like try not to die, like whenever there's only 1 person remaining. And like whenever I get back into normal single player, it tends to be that, but like without the whole ability to be like, okay, don't die, because if you die, then you're the only one playing. So yeah, I see what you mean. I'm doing a tools only. Oh, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. But I'm doing a tools only playthrough right now. It's just for fun though. Nothing too special. It's Infernum. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but we'll see. I got the idea from a YouTuber who I watch, who does Terraria stuff. Thought Providence for sure would have been a major roadblock. For Guardians were more difficult. Ah, I see. Ah, I just saw your broiler art and that's how I found the stream. Nice. Well, hello, hello. I'm a developer for Calamity. This is not official work for Calamity, but the original art of this is official, but I'm not the sprite itself. Let me mute first. Well, seems like I'm gonna have to end stream for the day because I gotta eat dinner. Alright. Gotta go dinner. Water though. See you. Hey, well, I hope you'll have a good day. I'll see y'all later. Alright. We'll continue working on Xeroc.